A block, southbound, holla at me. What it do, people? It's your brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live and direct better than any other can. Back with another episode of that Repent or Die podcast. And on tonight's special, we gotta talk about something that is very, very necessary to be spoken of. I would like to call it the elephant in the room. But for those that don't know, we gonna talk about the black on black violence and why these children out here wilding. And we are living in the times, and you know, I always base my quotes and theories based on biblical precepts, prophecies, etc. But we living in the times that the Bible says, when the love of many shall be waxed cold. We're living in those perilous times. And what I'm starting to realize is the high rise of violence of the colored community. You know, I don't like using the term black because when you look at the term black means evil, wicked, dark, sorcery, and that's not who we are. We are the light of the earth. We are that salt. We are that chicken. You heard? That seasoned chicken. But that's neither here nor there. The black on black violence. It seems every time you on the internet, social media, the news, TV, radio, there's always one segment of some type of heinous violence that took place. I'm gonna give you an example. Was it yesterday? Was it Sunday? It was Sunday. The sister selling, she's in Miami. She's selling exotic animals, dogs, like pit bulls, red-nosed pits. And 3 young brothers ring her bell. And before you know it, they are in a shootout. They are in a shootout. Like, she had to duck low. When you see the video, she ducked low. The bullet almost pierced her head. And you have to sit back and just think about it. These young brothers was willing to take someone's life for 3 dogs. 3 dogs. Like, this is the times that we are in. This is the perilous times. And this is something that continuously goes on. The other day I seen on the newspaper here in New York, they just installed metal detectors, and with that installment, they was able to round up 21 handguns. Like, what are these children? Like, you're going to school to do what? Aren't you supposed to go to school to learn? Nah. And I'm on them going to school to cause ruckus, bro. Cause ruckus. And even today, when I was at work, I was doing something for one of my clients. And I went to Adult Protective Services, which is synonymous with ACS for children, right? So I'm just reading the 2020, I forgot what they call it, but it's basically the 2020 outcome of how many colored children was put in foster care, how many colored children was arrested, what they was arrested for, and of course, the two main races that's overwhelming with ACS is the so-called black and Latinos. And I believe the colored people was at 389. This is the state of this is just New York. It was 389. The Hispanic was, I think it was 180 something, close to 200 and something. I'm not too sure. But when you look down for what they're arrested for assault, robbery, and 30% of that was also homicide. When you look at the age of these children aren't even 18. These people is catching bodies and they're not even 18 years old. Where's this energy coming from? Where's this wicked frequency coming from? And I'm going to tell you where it's coming from. It's coming from the lack of education. Yes, you got to hold the school accountable, because these schools is not teaching colored people the education and knowledge that's needed that we can relate to. People of color are tired of hearing of European conquerors, struggles, philosophies, and theories that don't mean nothing to us. We don't give a damn. And I'm saying this based on experience for me when I was in school. I really didn't want to hear that. I don't want to, I want to say we didn't want to hear about no Socrates and Hercules and all of this Grecian and Roman and all this nonsense. Like, we just didn't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to Alexander the Snake. I can't relate to him. Two different bloodlines, two different people. Stuff like that brings an excitement to people that look like that. So we don't want to hear that. Right? Then you have the music. The frequency is at this level, especially with today's drill. They got this violin that plays every time and every time that beat is played. It's for a reason. These things are frequencies that when you lower your frequency, it's hard for you to blossom. It's hard for you to reach your full potential, because these frequencies is keeping you in a negative state, mentally, physically, emotionally. This is why now we living in a generation where children who got access to everything is depressed and want to commit suicide. Like what? These children got more access to the finer things than myself at their age could ever imagine. Are you crazy? I didn't get my first cable in my house until I was like 18, 19 years old. Are you serious? Yo, come on, man. But we got the music. Then we got the movies, the TV shows, the reality shows. Everything in that sense, in that whole pentagram is just pure wicked and evil, demonic, satanic, evil. You watch videos now. Videos is nothing but fire and glory and all of this wickedness. All of that is you get a child to see that every day, and you listening to the music, you watching these movies. We can never get a decent movie where, you're not gonna get the Malcolm X movies no more. You're not gonna get the Sister Shakur movies no more. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get those things. You're not gonna get the Foxy Brown movies. Where it was substance, where we stood for something. You're not gonna get the Lean on Me. You're not going to get those. You're going to get pure violence, wicked, drug infested. Then you're going to get the bigger push, the biggest push that's taking place within our community is the homosexuality. They're going to force that down your throat. There's not a single movie or show that you guys can watch nowadays that doesn't have a colored person in a state of homosexuality. If I'm lying, I'm flying. There's not a movie that's out right now. Every single movie that's out, especially if it's pertaining to colored people, you're gonna find a fisherman. Facts. So you add all of these things, then add to the struggles that we gotta deal with every day being in the hood. the harassment by the police, the racism with jobs, the racism with school, racism with the medical field. All of that is causing nothing but anger and trauma towards all of us. All of us is affected behind this. But the number one thing that's really destroying us is the fact that we no longer have God in our house. We don't have God in our hearts. We don't have our principles based on the moralities and principles of the Most High. I'm saying this for facts. You can go to any hood nowadays. Everybody is just on pure demon time. Everything is about smoking, drinking, fornicating. Everything is about just living life. Live, YOLA. You only live once. This is the model that has overtaken the community. Our women is on that type of time. The fathers is on that type of time. The daughters, the sons, everybody's on that type of time. Even grandparents is on that type of time. Yeah, this is a fact. All of these things that I'm saying right now is exactly what's causing the demise of the brother man from the motherland. This is a fact. Then you add that with the bad nutritious food that we eating. You heard the saying, you are what you eat. Like I stated before, a lot of brothers and sisters are at a young age and they're doing drinking, they smoking. We got children under 18 and could hold their liquor better than somebody in their 30s, bro. This is a fact. This is what's going on within our community. No more guidance. And we don't even have people representing us. The people that represent us are the puppets for you know who. You know what I'm saying? They the ones, they are what you call the indoor niggas. That's who they are. Those are our representatives. We don't have no spiritual leader that's gonna lead us that doesn't take any money or in any partnership with these devils. The last person that was on that type of time, and this is for me, was Malcolm X. They killed him because he separated himself from the fufu. They killed him because he came back realizing that we was the children of Israel. The Valley of Dry Bones, y'all didn't hear that speech? Y'all should go check that out. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? But the black on black violence is just becoming beyond ridiculous. And we're living in the times as wicked and evil the times that we in right now. With all this pandemic and all of this nonsense, all this foo-foo, you would think that brothers and sisters would figure out how to come together, put the resources together, save ammunition for when it really matters. Nah. You got violence at an all-time high in the Bronx. You got violence in Brooklyn, all-time high. These streets has become Chicago. Facts. These streets have become Chicago. This is no longer about gangs. It's no longer about Crips, Bloods, Latin Kings, none of that. It's all about Two First versus Flatbush versus Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? It's like dudes were been to school together, played basketball together, and now the greatest enemy just because someone is repping a block that these children don't own, by the way. We don't own nothing on this land. You think you do, but when the police come, that energy is as a pure slave. You understand me? And this is biblical right here. You know, these are curses. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28. And you dudes get a chance, go read that. This is what we're dealing with every day. And it's only going to get worse. And the only way we're going to do anything about it, we got to first understand that the problem is within us. This black on black violence is not going to stop until we stop and say enough is enough. You could protest, you can march, you can cry, you can get on the news, you can shed tears, you can do whatever you want to do. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to save you from our problems, save us from our problems besides us. This is something that we have to do. We have to clean up the community. We have to teach these young boys. We got to teach these young girls. We got to teach them. Yes, granted, a lot of us come from broken single parent households. Yes, granted, a lot of us. But a lot of us came from that, overcame that, experiencing that, and can give the knowledge and wisdom to help the next one that's going to come in that same situation. There's no more excuses, man. We touch too much money. We driving too much cars, nice houses, dressed too good for us to be sitting here pointing fingers and still saying it's the white man that's doing this. The white man is not the problem. The problem is us. The Most High created the white man to use them to turn us into jealousy. Not for us to blame them like they got the superior power. At the end of the day, we are the most dominant people on the face of this earth. And the only way you're going to be able to see that is by first looking in the mirror and understanding that you need to love yourself. I should love myself. I am a king. I come from a royal bloodline. I cannot act like this anymore. So until you guys see that, you guys will never understand. Until you guys understand who you are as a group of people, as a nation of people, you will never ever understand. And the white man and the Arab man and the China man, they're gonna reap on your ignorance. Y'all know my motto: as long as you keep sinning, they keep winning. And I know people is like, yo, bro, why it gotta be religion? Religion was created by the white man, and the white man is this, and that's the thing that they do to keep the slaves under control. No. What they did was, they created the Willie Lynch. The Willie Lynch was about to keep you guys under control. But when it comes to your spiritual power, they said they gotta teach you. The Most High said you gotta teach yourself. The Bible says, study to show yourself approved. That's in the 2 Timothy. You got to show yourself approved. You can't expect these people to teach you and have you connected to your power, knowing that if you connect to your power, they lose theirs. Are you crazy? Are you dumb? Like, this is just something that you got to think about. This black on black violence will never stop until we say enough is enough. We got young boys losing their lives for cracking jokes. We're living in the times where the wrong thing that you say can get you killed. You say the wrong thing. We're living in a time of information, technology, texting, emails, and if you say the wrong thing, you can get killed. It's like when it comes to colored people, it's like we walking on eggshells. We can't voice how we feel. We can't correct nobody, because as soon as you say something, it always falls into the line like, yo, don't judge me. That's for one, or that's your belief, not mine. That's two. This is only us, bro. Only us. Only us could walk amongst each other and not even say hello. Peace. Every morning, when I try to start my morning and be on a positive. I see everybody. I don't care who you are. How you doing? Peace, King. Have a blessed one, sis. Enjoy your day at work. Dude, like I try to uplift and show people like there's still some good brothers and sisters out here. And we could turn this darkness into light. But I know it's gonna take me stepping up to the plate. Just like it's gonna take you to step up into the plate. The same way I gained this knowledge and said to myself, nah, I can't move like this. Listen, I'm a product of my environment. I'm not gonna act like I was, Mr. Perfect. I'm not gonna act like I ain't never participated in the ignorance in the streets. I didn't know. I thought the life of a black man was to get money, get honeys, get bent, never vent. You know what it is. That was it. That's what I thought life was. You know what I'm saying? You live a gangster lifestyle, and you play Russian roulette with your life every day. You know what I'm saying? When you play these streets, you don't know that this might be your last phone call. This might be your last sale. You got to worry about the police. You got to worry about the enemies. You got to worry about the Most High allowing you to die. Like, there's so much things that you got to worry about when you live in this so-called gangster life. I know. I was in it deep. Like, I was deep. I wasn't just playing the field and watching from the outside. Nah, I was there. You guys are just now coming outside. I've been outside. I've been outside since I was 12 years old, guys. Are you serious? It took me having a child for me to say, wait, hold on. I know how it felt when my pops left me at a young age. That joint don't feel good. I gotta be alive for these children. I gotta be alive. And from then, you know what I'm saying, even though I was dips and dabs when I'm still hustling and doing all that, even through that, I'm still was like, nah, this can't be for me. God gotta show me a better way. And sure enough, he showed me a better way. Not only did he show me a better way, he informed me to let me know who I was, and he gave me his true name. So that alone, that, you know what I'm saying, that's a blessing in itself. But that's for a whole nother situation, a whole nother conversation. But right now, we gotta talk about we gotta talk about the violence. These little niggas is out here wilding for no reason, just running around causing a muck, bro. Dudes is literally getting clipped for the dumbest things. Dudes getting robbed. I remember dudes used to get robbed for their cell phones. Like, I grew up when dudes was getting booked and robbed for their Vansons. Dudes getting their Pradas taken off their foot. I remember those days. We living in the times now, like, everybody could come outside. Everybody got on jewelry. I remember if you wasn't thorough enough, you couldn't come outside with your jewelry. Because any given day you could be a target, and you got to be prepared to hold it down. This was a fact. This is a fact. But we're living in it. But now it's like, when is we gonna say enough? Where's the OGs? Where's the brothers that's in my age group? It's like nobody don't even give a damn. Everybody's so focused on getting to their bag. But then we got children in this earth right now who could get caught up and, God forbid, could end up dying and getting killed out here, bro. If we don't do something, listen, what they say, closed mouth don't get fed. As long as we keep our mouth closed, our children's gonna continue being fed that ignorance, bro. As long as we keep our mouth closed and we just stay focused on the things that we can control. That's what they want you to believe. We can control everything. We can control the narrative of our community. We can control how our community could look like. We can control who and what can be done in our community. We can control that. We can. We don't need no politicians. We don't need no block representative, no community senator, whatever nonsense that they be having. Flatbush councilmen. We don't need none of that, bro. All we need is some real loyal, love the community, love their people, and want to say enough is enough. We're not saying for all the gangsters and the criminals to get out the community. We saying them, we got to switch the narrative. We don't want you killing and causing harm to the people. We need you protecting and respecting your people. These are your peers. We got to kill this notation that we don't need to talk to nobody. We go through the motions early in the morning. Listen. We just walking through, mad face. The only time you talking to somebody we should know everybody. Colored people should know every colored person on the face of this earth. If you came off them slave ships, if you came here as an immigrant, anything in that nature, we should all know each other. This is a fact. We can't allow this system, and we can't allow this program, this genocidal program, to overtake our minds to where the point where we are viewing each other as enemies. We are viewing each other as we got envy and hate for brothers and sisters who's in the same predicament. Just because you see them in a nice car and a nice home and apartment or whatever, don't think that these people are better than you. No, they're not. Every single person on the face of this earth, especially if you're a colored man, we all know we just a paycheck away from going through the struggle. And with all the nonsense going on now, with the fufu fire getting the Vladi Divox, it's a lot of people that's on that type of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of us that's on that. Nah, I'm not doing that. And then there's those that's in complete compliance. And even with that, it's causing division. Where common sense no longer exists. And the morality of it all is the fact that we have no love for self. I can't love you until I love me. I don't know how to love me because I was never taught how to love me. I was always perceived that a black person was always a criminal. We were savages. We came from slavery. Before that, we was just somewhere in Africa with flies around our face. These are the things that we was fed, and we still being fed that. And because of that, we live our lives like, you gotta get it. We live our lives like, nah, son. We was born to get this money. We was born to sell drugs. We was born to protect, my loved ones. So I'm gonna keep the 4-5 by my side, and anyone wanna ride, they gonna die. This is the stuff that we hear. This is the nonsense that we gotta deal with every single day. We don't want to do nothing. We don't want to do nothing outside of the norms that these people tell us to do. People, our colored people get a loan. They get a loan from the bank, and the first thing that they want to do is open up a salon, open up a restaurant. These are like the main things that we want to do: salon, restaurant, barbershop. But nobody wanna invest their money and become doctors and lawyers and have their own practice and have their own facility, private doctors that can go and help the community. And I'm saying, like, help us. Like, give us the true knowledge when it comes to our sickness. Don't prescribe us to the pills. Give us the herbs, the plants. Like, we need some of that. We need the holistic doctors. We're not getting none of that. These young boys don't want to do that. These young boys want to blow it down, talk basketball, play video games, talk to girls. This is all the generation want to do. Meanwhile, you watching these Caucasians and these Khazars becoming entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? Learning stock, learning this, learning that, getting money invested into their brand, which is themselves. And before you know it, these dudes is 30 years old owning 5-6 properties, while the same 30 years old in the hood is just coming home from doing 5 because he want to be a gangster. He want to be tough when it comes to our people. You know what I'm saying? Robbery. Dudes is still out here robbing, bro. With America and so much money, schemes, and every way to make a dollar, here we are, we out here robbing. We still out here robbing. To do what? You take an iPhone right now and it's stolen. You take it to a store. The store's only giving you $120. So you risk your life, your freedom, for $120. That's just something that you just got to think about. For $120, you will risk your whole freedom. For 3 dogs, you will risk your whole freedom. You will risk losing your life. That girl came outside with a assault handgun, bro. That joint looked like a pure Uzi. That joint was shooting. And you guys came over there because of what? You risked your life and your freedom for a mutt? Are you serious? For a mutt? Come on, bro. This is the black on black violence. Listen, this joint is so high. It's like we just blinded by ignorance, man. The book of Proverbs said, a just man and a man that fears the Lord, prolong his days, and an evil person shall perish, bro. You wondering why all of these young boys and young women is dying at a young age? Y'all wondering why? Come on, man. Y'all giving yourselves up to these wicked, evil spirits. There's a lot of things that we got to correct within our community. You over here getting on podiums. You over here voting. You over here begging for the president to do something. And look what you get in return, man. Look what you get in return. Everything that you guys voted for is coming to bite you in your ass. Look what's going on now. Jobs is lost. Careers is finished. Apartments is evicted. These are the things that's going on, courtesy of the decisions that you brothers and sisters wanted to partake in, when you was never supposed to partake in it, ever. This voting nonsense is not for colored people. When you see them pull a colored person, just know that colored person is coming with a agenda. And it's going to be accepted because he looks like you. And you're going to respect it because he looks like you. It's not going to be seen as something racist. It's not going to be seen as something wrong. It's going to be seen like this is a brother man doing what's right for the people. This is what you're going to get. I promise you. And I'm talking about here in New York. I don't know about other places, but I know what's going to happen here. New York is a dub, man. This is a fact. It's a dub. And with these young boys running around causing a ruckus and causing all this chaos and violence, listen, the value of New York, first of all, I can't even say the value because they're buying up everything, especially here in Brooklyn. Everything is being brought up. All these houses, big old beautiful houses, is being bought for the low, being broken down. They putting up these high rise, which is cheap quality as well. These high rises are being built in less than a year. In less than a year, and we talking about 6-7 floor storage, 6-7 storage height apartments, y'all. 7 storage house apartments is being built in 6-7 months. Facts. And I could, and when I see it, I could just look. I'm like, this is some cheap joints right here. But this is the times that we in, man. And guess why? And guess why they have all this money to? This is why they have all this money to buy you guys out. You know why? Because a lot of you homeowners got children who committed crimes and did this, where it forces you to lose your house or give up your house because you got to pay these lawyer fees. You got to pay the commissary. You got to pay, whatever is needed to be paid, bail money, all that. You got to pay for that, bro. listen, for the bail bonds, they tell you in order for you to set bail, you got to put up some type of intangibles. And the first thing that they go looking for is somebody's house. First thing. They don't look for care. They don't care for your car. They don't care for nothing. They want that house. And then, you get the knuckleheads who gets killed. You think funerals is cheap? You think us as colored people know anything about life insurance? As soon as your son say he's a gangster, parents need to put get life insurance on their child, just in case. Listen, I see it. If my son even came home with a flag on his head, I'm like, so what you doing? Oh, you want to be a tough guy? Oh, I'm about to go get some life insurance on your ass. Are you dumb? You think I'm going to be paying for your foolishness? Nah. I'm not even going to support you because that monthly fee that I got to pay, that joint could have been going in your pockets for putting clothes on your back, sneakers on your feet. But you don't think like that because the ignorance and the violence is, listen, the ignorance and the violence is just so bad, man. Everybody just want to be gangsters now. Everybody want to be tough guys. Everybody got something to prove. I'm like, who you proving to? Are you proving this to yourself? Are you doing this so you could drop a rap video and say, yo, I'm the realest nigga on the streets? Don't you know that type of energy only entice brothers and sisters to come test you? Oh, you talking all that gangster talk? Oh yeah, I gotta see what this is about. There's a lot of us that got nothing to live for. Whose main objective is to go down the drain, to kill or be killed. And we're not gonna act like that. But we can fix this thought process. That thought process can be fixed by commitment from brothers and sisters, from the elderly to the mid-age to the new age to these children. This is a collective thing that needs to be done in order to fix it. Because if you don't fix it and you want to stay in the sidelines or stay in the background or focus on your career and your business, and as long as it's not your children, you could care less, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna make their way to your children. The way the hood and everything is turning out, it's going to make its way to your children. You could hide them and keep them in the house, lock them in the house, have them sticking in the crib, don't go outside. Eventually, whenever opportunity it comes with them going outside, that joint's gonna happen. Let me tell you something about these streets. These streets prey on fresh meat. They know when it's fresh meat. It's pure Beanie Siegel. I can feel it all in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Facts. And among them could feel it. We can tell when there's new fishes in the sea. You understand? But that's all I wanted to talk about, man. The black on black violence is getting beyond berserk. It's getting absurd. It's getting overwhelming. Too many young lives, potential soldiers are either in jail or in the ground and will never come back, bro. Parents are losing their children left to right, burying their children left to right. And it's only going to get worse. But yeah, man. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. Came to you guys live and direct. That's all.